the world know who we are. Okay, gangy, here we are. Today we happen to be in Salem, Oregon, visiting with the one and only Michelle Apo Duchateau.
Very nice.
Hi. How are you? You doing okay? Staying warm?
I'm doing okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Staying warm. Yeah.
We're
It's
in
been,
single positive digits today in Minnesota.
oh,
So
no, that's not good.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're in the upper 50s, so not bad. But
Oh, wow.
yeah.
It's nice for Oregon.
Yes. Yes, it is. So
How's the
anyway,
rain factor?
we had like 2 inches of rain over the last 2 days. So yeah,
Okay,
it's
not uncomfortable, but probably
no,
just more of a hassle.
right. Right. So it's
Okay.
rain. We live in Oregon, right? So you just live with it.
Yeah, I remember when the six or seven of us from Kamehameha landed and got to Willamette. It rained from the time we got off the airplane. I think like 8 straight days,
Oh no. Yeah.
and no
I remember.
break,
I
no
know.
break. I thought it was like time to build an ark.
Yeah. When I first moved here, it rained, and I said to my mom, I was calling home and whining, and I said I felt like Noah's wife, and she just laughed at me and she said, "You're the one that wanted to move there." Anyway, but it's good. We need the
Yeah,
rain. The grass is good. The trees are good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the people out there that don't know, me being one of them, what grade did you start Kamehameha?
I started in the third grade. Um,
Okay,
yeah, I started in actually in October of that year because someone had moved and left the spot open, and I was obviously evidently next on the list. So I joined in
okay.
October and was there ever since. So yeah,
So kindergarten, first grade, second grade, where were you?
I was at Pool Holly School down on Dillingham. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, in Kalihi. So yeah. Went there
Awesome.
for those 3 years and then moved up to the hill. Yeah, it was good. It was good. And
Awesome.
we lived down in by Sand Island, and then in fourth grade we moved up to where we lived, and still have the house on Kapalama and School Street. So we're right across from the graveyard, right across from the terminal. So
Oh,
Fred
okay.
Watson lived across, just up the road from us and the whole bit. So yeah,
Awesome. When was the last time you were in Hawaii?
I just went in October. So
Oh,
just,
okay.
yeah, a month or so ago, we were there.
And was
Um,
that a recreation trip?
it was daughter wanted to go. She's obviously been a few times, and but her family had not been. So we packed up and off we went for 10 days with my 6-year-old granddaughter and the daughter and her husband. So yeah, we had a great time.
All
The weather
right.
was good, you know. My
So
granddaughter just wanted to
was
be
that
in
a
the beach.
first time trip for your granddaughter?
Yes, yes, it was for that granddaughter anyway. I have a
First time?
16-year-old granddaughter too, who's been
Ah.
many times. So yeah. Anyway.
And the 6-year-old first time on a plane or no?
Oh no, no, because they live in Colorado right now. Um, and so they fly all over because I
Wow.
call them the backpack travelers, and they get the flights where you just have one, you can only have a carry-on and stuff. So she's been flying a lot. And
They sound like adventurers.
oh yeah, they are. They are. They the husband works for the Denver Broncos, so um
Wow.
just in marketing and the whole bit. So he's been with them now for 6 years since Riley was born, and yeah.
And
So
there's
he
still got to
was,
be some benefits, though, even if you're in marketing. I mean,
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, they go to the games and stuff like that. But they had three Kamehameha graduates that were interning there, and so when I learned that, I called Spencer and he said, yeah, and then he sent me a picture of the three girls and yeah, and the whole bit. So Yeah, small world.
What?
Small world.
And
But
getting smaller all the time, it seems
yeah, and
like.
getting smaller all the time, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get through Kamehameha, we're
Uh,
approaching graduation.
yeah.
Do you have a plan in your mind for after
I did.
graduation?
I did. I wanted to become a social worker. And so I applied to a school in the middle of Kansas because they had a 5-year program where you could come out with your MSW. And that was my goal, was to go there, get my MSW, and then from there, either go home or find some place that I wanted to be. Well, I stayed there for a year. It was a great time. I don't regret going there. I have friends still who I keep in contact with from Kansas and all around there. But the department and I did not get along. It was very small. It was a one professor, and I couldn't handle him. So I couldn't take him seriously. Yeah. Anyway, so I left after that first year and I went to Washington, D.C. and went to George Washington University. Um,
Well,
and
size wise, that's a heck of a change. That's a big jump.
yes, yes, but my sister worked in Washington, D.C. For Sparky Matsunaga and then for Daniel Okaka. So she said, come and live with me and go to school. So that's what I did and spent another 2 years there in DC, met my husband, um, and then got married and moved to Salem. And then
You
finished
were
my,
both students there?
no, he was in the Navy. He was a friend of my brother-in-law's. Um, and stuff. So yeah, so he got out of the Navy. We got married, um, and then we moved to Salem, which is where he's from. And I finished my college at Willamette. So
So how much time did you put in at Willamette as a student?
2 years,
Okay.
because at the time, Willamette, I don't know if they still have it, but they had a ruling that in order to be a senior and graduate from them, you had to be enrolled for the entire last year, which was silly, but because I was done, I had all my credits. So I just took
Okay.
easy classes, just had a good time and took the minimum. I worked on campus. I graduated in 80 with Michael Crab and I graduated the same year.
Okay,
Um,
so then Marilyn Cole, he also?
the year before, because I was a year behind because of all my
Oh,
transferring. So I had to
I
take
didn't
an
realize
extra.
Michael was a year back
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, we graduated the same year. And so I graduated in May, and in October, they offered me a full-time position there at the university. So, yeah,
What department was that in?
I was in student accounts in the student loan department, and
Okay.
I stayed there. And then I had my son, and so I retired to stay home with him. And but kept my foot in the door. They kept inviting me back to come and help with registrations and with special projects and big, people out on sick or whatever. So I kept my foot in the door. Um, and then my son was 10 by then. They were looking for someone to help fill in over at the business school while they were looking for uh, an associate um, receptionist. So they asked if I would fill in for a couple of weeks till they could get that job filled. So I did, knowing that they knew that I couldn't be there before 9 o'clock and I had to leave by 3:30. They said, "Yep, fine." So so I was there a couple of days. The dean came in one day and said, "I need to see your resume on my desk. I want you in this job." And I put it off and put it off. I didn't want to go back to work full time. I had a full time thing that I was doing with a colleague and a business that we started, and it was going good. And I wanted to stay with that. But the day before the resume was due, he called me into his office and he said, what's it going to take? What is it going to take for me to get you to take this job? And so I gave him my terms, and without batting an eye, he said, okay, I want that resume on my desk in the morning.
Wow.
So they gave me everything I asked for, and I couldn't say no. So I went back to work. I stayed there for about 6 more years, and I left there as the director of career services for the MBA school. So yeah,
Did your did your side hustle survive that 6 years?
you know, we decided we had a craft business where we toe painted and did all of that. But she had another baby, so it was putting a lot of stress on all of us. I went back to work. She was having another baby. So we just closed the business down and stuff. We're still friends. We still do a lot of things together. And yeah, so
Now, I missed the phrase because I probably never heard it before, not familiar with it. But did you say toll painting?
yes, toll, Tole, toll painting.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought TOE. I thought,
yeah,
huh, that
yeah,
exists already, I think.
yeah. Yeah, no, it was arts and crafts, and um, we cut out all our pieces and we painted everything, and yeah, so yeah, it was
Oh.
good. It was good.
So you and your husband got married early on. You guys have been together how long now?
47 years.
Wow, getting to that big 50.
We are. We look at each other and
And
we say, who thought? Who thought?
and if I
Anyway,
was paying attention, you have two children?
yes, so I
Okay.
have a son who passed away a year and a half ago.
Oh,
And
shucks.
then I have a Hanai, my daughter is Hanai, um, and stuff, but nevertheless, still our daughter. So yeah, 1 and 1. I have 3 grandchildren, uh, the 16-year-old, a 6-year-old, and about to turn 1. Um, and then a lot of Hanai grandchildren. I call them my wannabes. I have a lot of wannabe children and the whole bit. So yeah,
Your
it's
Hanai daughter, is she from Salem originally? Or
She is
okay.
my best friend who I started the toll painting business with. It's
Oh,
her third daughter, but her birthday is the day before my husband's birthday, and those two are like bread and butter. They go together just perfectly, and it's yeah. So she's been a part of our life forever, or for all of her life. So anyway,
that's awesome.
it is awesome. It's great, There's never enough. And I have a lot of my friends have 4 or 5 children, and they are just gravitate to our house, and we like it. So it's good. It's
I
good.
don't know how many of these chat sessions you've gotten to see, but we have some classmates that have full houses.
Yeah, I've seen a few. I missed Fred's, but I can go back and watch on the website and stuff. It's just been a busy time. I retired from Willamette in 2004, and in 2010, I started another career. Um, Not by choice, but just by accident. So my husband and I have great big steam engines. The kind you build a fire in it and it propels it, traction engines. So that has been a love of his life, and just we have 5 now. But what started as just a hobby turned into he became president of the association that has those here in town, and um, and that's where I am right now, is at Antique Powerland, or Powerland Heritage Park. I am the president and have been the president for about 8 years now. And we are a year-round facility that houses 63 acres. We have 14 museums that carry on the history of agriculture and the development of machines. So we have anywhere from railroads, we have John Deere's, we have Caterpillars, we have twin engines, We have the great big steam engines and the whole bit. So we have
Now, in
events.
today's world, the steam engines, are they still used in any kind of industry?
In some, mostly as boilers, steam boilers to do uh, steam for heating and machinery and stuff like that. So in the old days, what we show them is how they use these machines to thresh wheat and grain and crops. We have a sawmill that is totally run by steam to cut the wood to make whatever they needed. And we have a big event once a year in July called the Great Oregon Steam Up. And we bring in over 20,000 people during that event. So I'm the president of this organization and it falls on my shoulders. So that's why I didn't make it home to our 50th um, alumni this past summer because it's right in the middle of my festivities here at the park. So
Over the years, have you been to any of the reunions?
yes, yes, I have. I think the last one I was at was the 40th. Yeah. So I've been to several and stuff. It's just that with this, it's our busiest season, and we are not for profit, so we're all volunteers here. But I spend more time here than I did on a job that was paying me money. But it's okay. It's good.
Well, from what I remember of you in high school, you were never one to sit idle anyway.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. There's very little idle time, you know. There's always something to do. I also still sew and quilt and do a little bit of crafts, not as much anymore, but a lot of quilting, a lot of sewing. So, and lately, a lot of sport events with my 16-year-old, so granddaughter. Yeah.
now, so is she like a sophomore or a junior now?
She's a sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
So
too early for her to have a career direction in mind or?
no, she's thinking she wants to become an engineer. So she has a
Well,
school all picked out. She wants to go to. We are so proud of her. She is top of her class and pulls straight A's. She's taking some community college classes that she can't get at school. So yeah, so she has a goal and she's very goal oriented. And her goal was to be an A student and to be top of her class and still have a life. So she swims on the high school swim team. She golfs on the school team. And
wow.
so we spend the spring going to swim meets and golf meets and doing all of that with her. So
So
um,
she's an only child?
she is,
Okay.
as I mentioned, my son died a year and a half ago. So it's been this last year has been a little difficult for her and for all of us as we adjust to that. But life goes on. He had a great uh, attitude about what he was going through. He had pancreatic cancer and survived 8 years with it. And then, yeah, and then it was time. So, yeah, it's good. I mean, life goes on and we just put one foot in front of the other and do what we know we need to do. So it's good.
And I'm certain he probably left um good memories in place
Oh, he
with his
certainly did.
family. Yeah.
He certainly did. So, and the granddaughter's still here and the whole bit. So anyway, yeah, life is good. I mean, we just keep plugging along. Salem has changed, and with that, life changes, and but I think all of my life experiences have been good. There's always ups and downs, but for the most part, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you have siblings, Michelle?
I do. There were six of us. Um, we're down to three. Only half of us remain, but all except for one went to Kamehameha and graduated from Kamehameha. So
Out of the
the-
six.
yes,
Wow.
yes.
Okay.
So just um, Some of them know I have a twin brother, and so some
Oh,
of them know my twin brother, and he didn't make it in, so but he graduated from lower campus, down at Farrington, and the whole bit. So I have two brothers left, um, and so three of us. Yeah.
originally out of the six, then did you have
Uh-huh.
sisters?
I have two sisters and three brothers, so there were three
Okay.
and three. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And age wise, where were you in the lineup?
I was number five. My brother and I were five and six. He was the caboose. He came 10 minutes later. So we tell him he was, adopted because mom didn't want to throw somebody away. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I was the bottom of the pile. My sister graduated in 66, another sister in 68, then my brother in 69, another brother in 70, let me think, 71, and then myself in 75. So, yeah. And,
Wow.
you know, my cousins were all in our class too, that my mother was related to the Chais, Coach Chai.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So Loretta and um, all
Karen.
of them were my cousins. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
would have thought that would have come out somewhere along the way, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention again.
No, not like I tried to tell everyone that was my uncles or anything like that. But yeah, no, my
Y-
cousins. And let's see, Karen is down in Florida, I believe, and Loretta's up in Seattle area.
Okay.
So yeah,
I want to say in 23 when we did the West Coast run thing, I
yes.
think some people got in touch with Loretta, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I
But I
think she hit one or two of the when they were up in Seattle. So I think I saw that too. So yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that was fun to see everybody that time. And
Yeah.
I couldn't make a lot of events, but I made that one. That was good to see everyone there. So,
Is your husband still employed, working?
no, my husband retired about a year and a half ago, um, and stuff. He was working with a meat packing company called Bruce Pack, and he was their special projects manager. So he built machinery. They processed food, meats for different companies, and he designed machinery to help them develop the product they needed. So yeah, he was their one go-to person to build what they needed and to get it done and stuff.
How long
So
was he in the Navy?
he was in the Navy for 4 years. He got out when Jimmy Carter got in because Paul, my husband's name is Paul, he was stationed on the presidential yacht at the time, the Sequoia. So he was there when Nixon was just had just gotten impeached. So he was there for Ford and um, and stuff. And so they would sail the Potomac River, and that was his station for his time in the military.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
So he,
joined the Navy, see the world, but he only got to see a little bit.
right. Yeah. Well, he went to Japan and he went to the Philippines and then flew home. He got his station on the yacht. So they needed him. He was a pattern maker. So they needed him to work on, it was all wood, and he repaired that and did all of that for them, for the Navy and stuff. So yeah. So he has a lot of engineering type skills, although not academically trained. So
Now, I always get curious,
yes.
having grown up with a local lifestyle and such,
Mhm.
and then when I hear that people are married and uh, into a culture that we weren't familiar with growing
Right.
up, does your husband like local food?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes. He'll eat anything. The only thing that he didn't like when my mother cooked it was He doesn't like eggplant. So, I love eggplant and because my mom always made it for us, but he's not a fan of that. That was the only thing he wouldn't eat. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So he eats
So,
poi, he eats raw crab, he eats raw fish, he eats, yeah, eats it
wow.
all. Yeah,
Okay. Because it's interesting when, um, one half of the married couple is local and they're having to cook and make things that
right,
they don't even eat themselves,
right.
just because the other person's finicky or has
Yeah.
specific tastes or
No,
whatever.
he
So,
um he loved to come home and have my mom cook. And when my mom and dad would come and visit us, they took over all kitchen assignments and they would cook and he would eat and yeah, he could be a local at heart. So we got
well,
married
that's
in Hawaii and we had the full luau thing and he was there eating raw crab and doing the whole thing, OPE and stuff like that. So yeah,
now
very
you
unusual.
growing up with five siblings, is your husband also from a large family or
Yes, he had eight in his family.
wow, okay.
And he's number two of eight. So, yeah. And they're down to six. Yeah, they're down to six.
Now
Maybe. Yeah.
it just pops in my head because when you name numbers like that, I start thinking Raymond Fujikawa all of a sudden. But
Yeah, yeah.
um, it's
Because how
wow.
many
So
does he have?
I think six or seven.
Yeah.
It was a larger number,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I believe it's all girls, if I remember
Oh,
correctly. It's pretty wild.
yeah.
What I'll do is to make the search easier. I've taken all the interviews from our Facebook page. I've loaded them there first, but to make them easier to find, I've collected them on a YouTube page all by themselves.
Oh, okay.
So that will give you like
Okay.
start to finish everybody. So,
That's awesome.
and
Yeah.
which is kind of nice because some of us I've discovered had friendships that got lost over time after graduation.
Yes. Yeah.
And sometimes to the point where, wow, I wonder where that person is even.
Right.
There was just no contact. And then suddenly they'll come back and go, wow, I saw the interview you did with so and so, and man, we used to hang out and go beach every weekend, and then
Yeah.
we lost track. And
Right.
to get caught up like that, it's really neat.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And an aspect I had not thought about was the documentation too. Families
Yes.
will be able to go back and view these if they want to or need to,
Right.
and because I
Yeah.
started doing this with we've got a Midwest Hawaii group that's facilitated by Martha Farrar's son out of
Oh,
Minneapolis.
oh,
And since we're all over the Midwest, we
right,
don't even get to meet each other in person. If we're lucky once a year, maybe not even that. So
right.
I started doing these little clips and people were just really enjoyed them. So I thought, well, maybe our classmates could, make use of it too. And
Yeah.
it seemed to hit some good chords along the
Yeah.
way. So
So are you the administrator for the Facebook page?
yeah, me and Charles
Oh,
Keoho.
oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So we
I
had
tell you
an
what would be nice on the Facebook page, it just comes up with the numbers. If only we could identify who those numbers belong to.
what do you mean by numbers?
So, the phone number comes up as there's one that goes out and they reply. No, maybe never mind. It's on message messenger on our phones when they're
Oh,
yeah. When a text goes out, then it just comes in as the numbers. Too bad can't I don't have know who all those numbers belong to. Yeah.
I struggle with that myself when my
Okay,
family
good. I'm
does
not the
certain
only
things
one.
and yeah,
Yeah.
or like I still drive a school bus and all our school
Oh,
bus drivers are all on the same kind of
yeah.
thread thing. And if I don't have them in my address book, they're just phone numbers.
Yep. Yeah. There you go.
So even with someone I'm kind of familiar with, at least the first dozen times I interact by text, I always sign off on it, Kermit,
Oh, yeah.
because some people will talk to me three, four, 5 times and just not ever put me in their address book.
Yeah.
So then I'll make the assumption, and I've been wrong in the past, send them something and they'll go, who this?
Yeah. And then
Uh
they call mine.
yeah. This is Kermit. We talked like 20 minutes ago, you know.
Right. Yeah, why are you calling me?
Yeah.
There you
But
go.
it's today's world. I mean, the technology is good, but at the same time, I miss the
Leaves a
good
lot
old
of
days.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just miss the good old days. I don't know.
Right. Pick the phone up and talk, or something. Yeah. Yeah. I think
But it
we all get caught up in that. Our life is like a whirlwind, and sometimes you just gotta say, okay, stop. I gotta stop and take a breath. So
yeah. But I
yeah,
think
but
to keep boredom away too, I do a lot of volunteering in the
yeah,
community here in Fairmont. So, I just know a lot of people. So my
right. So
address
where are
book
you
is
at
really
then, Kermit?
Fairmont, which is right on I-90.
Uh-huh.
So southern Minnesota. I'm only about
Oh,
8 miles north of the Iowa border.
oh,
So I've got to travel 2 to 2.5 hours to get up to Minneapolis.
okay. Oh, wow. Because
But
we
if you
drove from Iowa one year. We drove from Iowa up to Rolog, Minnesota,
never heard of
which
it.
is close to the border of one of the Dakotas for a steam tractor show and stuff. It's in Rolog, and it's like the biggest one in the American continent. So we hit the one down in Iowa in Mount Pleasant, and then drove up to Rolog to see both of those shows. So, yeah.
So do you guys travel somewhat consistently for these steam engine shows? Or
We try to do at least one every other year. Um, since becoming president, it's been a little harder just because our season is from April to September, and and I have events every year. I mean, every weekend of that season. And some of them are larger than others, and some of them are, we do car shows, we do swap meets, we do all kinds of things. So, and with 14 museums on the property that we manage, um,
wow.
everybody has an event and it's, needs this and that and the whole bit. So, yeah, and right now we're in Christmas. And so we do a holiday light show called Sparkles, Holiday Sparkles. And it's a drive-through, it's about a mile and a half. We have a Santa land with cookies and cocoa, and people can drive through for free and drive as many times as they want. And so that's every weekend. So we're here every weekend through December. Yeah,
So
it's
within that organization that you are president of, what's the
yes.
membership?
Each of the 14 museums carries membership for their own museum. My membership here is 200 and some odd. I can't remember exactly. Um, so yeah, but
So
we
each
I met
museum will have their own president.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
And then the museum I'm with, the organization, is the managing partner here on the ground. So we take care of all the facilities and um, you know make sure that electricity gets paid and all those types of things. So yeah, it's it's go go. Between that and being um, the face for the community, or the one that goes out to make those contacts so that everybody knows what we're doing, all of that. It's I have some great directors on the board, and we all work together to make it happen. So yeah, it's kind of like being in school. No, still busy, still herding cats, I call it.
Yeah.
So
But I think your life is geared that way.
Yes,
it's how you roll, as they say.
yes,
So
yes, it
yeah,
is.
because
I
I'm the same way.
enjoy,
I mean, I don't like to be overly busy, but I need to have my hands in something somewhere.
right, right. That's
So
right. It keeps us young or makes us older faster. I don't know. A little of both, I think.
yeah.
So sometimes my mind says
So
I'm young.
with your involvement with the steam engines, do you guys live on a sizable property?
We live on 3 acres,
Okay.
and stuff. So yeah. And then I'm involved with the alumni group here in Salem, in Oregon, and the KS alumni group, and we
Oh,
have
okay.
functions. Yeah, you bet. So yes, it is. I do keep my life busy. I like it that way.
Now,
And
with the alumni organization, then
uh-huh.
in your area,
Yes.
any class of 75 active?
Um, we see Michael a lot, not, mostly. And I used to see Stephen Capellas a lot. Um, but I see Cheryl Chang. She's very active in it. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, she comes out to all the activities and stuff like that. Um, but that's pretty much all in the area. There's not too many of us in the area of 75, but a big group of 78 is there. Colette Owl, remember Colette Owl?
Hmm. They would
And
have been
we're
freshmen when we were seniors, right?
mm, in 78, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but Colette was in our class. Not Colette, Thomasine.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
Thomasine, our sister, Colette, lives in the area. And so they all went to Willamette. And so we meet up every now and then. So a lot of 78 graduates and stuff. So yeah, so there's a small grouping of us and stuff, and we do try to stick together. We all went to Willamette, so that was quite the double bond there. So yeah, and they had just started when I transferred into Willamette in 78. So that was a
Oh, okay.
good
Good.
bonding, and stuff. So we've stayed close and still. So, yeah. So there's locals around to um, get that local feel. Talk on the phone. When I worked at Willamette full time, they used to laugh because they would tell me, "We can tell when Hawaiians come into the office, Michelle, because your language changes when we don't understand what you're saying. We don't understand what they're saying, but you guys are having a grand time." I said, "Yeah, it gets crazy, but and it doesn't take long, right? When you meet up with a local for your language to pick on all the slang
Yeah.
again and yeah, and
Now
stuff."
I
So,
know it's happening in a lot of the larger cities, and I'm sure Salem is probably as large, but any local food places pop up?
oh yes, yeah,
Okay.
there is one that's a mobile truck, and they've just come into Salem maybe a year and a half, 2 years now. It's called Hola Hola Grill. Um, And yeah, the food is pretty good. There's also another one called Shakabra. His father was from Pro City. And so he started uh, drive-through type thing too and stuff. But no Manapur. That's the thing I miss the
Uh,
most.
and I
Uh,
know we've gone through it in Minneapolis, at least, where I've
yeah,
seen a lot of pseudo poke places pop up.
right, right,
And I hope you understand when I say pseudo, it's like that's not the poke I grew up with,
right,
but it
right.
qualifies kind of, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. But I'll give you a break. Yeah. So actually, it's really hard. We have this one show that comes here and they bring their own food vendors and stuff. And one is a local truck. And in the town that they're in, they got voted best, Hawaiian food. So when they got here, the the person in charge said, "Michelle, you have to go. You have to go there. They're just really good." And I went, and it was all white people. And I said, "Did you guys grow up in Hawaii?" And they said, "No." So their food was not what I wanted. when I saw what they were selling it as. They had shoyu chicken, but it really wasn't what I was looking at. It didn't taste like what I was wanting it to taste like. And their Kahlua pig was dry and it was like, ugh. Anyway, so I said,
That's
okay,
like last December we took a holo holo trip south down to Arkansas,
yeah.
and we passed through a town that had, I guess it's a chain down south. It's called Hawaiian Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Holy moly. I mean, just uh I won't go near it with a 10-foot pole ever again. I mean, just it was
Yeah, yeah. I'm I have to admit, I'm very fussy. When it's saying it's Hawaiian food, it better be good food or I'm not going there. I'll try it once, but if I go back, then it's pretty decent. But after that, no. I
you
just as
know.
soon stay home and make it myself.
And the ambiance was weird too. We got little statues with the plastic grass skirts and
Right.
the
Yeah.
oh
Give me
I
chicken
think
skin.
I think they're just, trying to make their money off the
Right,
ambiance of
right.
saying they're from Hawaii. Because apparently, when I we do some research, neither principal is our brothers, and neither one of them has ever even spent any time in Hawaii. So it's like, oh, okay, let's look up recipes on the internet and hire some
Right,
chefs, and
right.
no,
Yeah. And then put our own taste to it. Yeah, no, wrong. But I'm the
yeah,
same way with Chinese food too. So yeah, it's Paul. My husband says to me, "Wow, you're really hard to please when it comes to Chinese food." I said, "That's because my mother was a great cook, and my mother and my grandmother owned a lunch wagon down
oh, okay,
So my mom knew how to cook all that. And when they say that kind, then that's what I want it to taste like. And it's, yeah, and I recognize that not everybody will have the same taste, but you got to go find out, right?
yeah.
So,
And I think growing up in Hawaii, we're probably spoiled by what we were used to,
yes.
because I lived in Texas from 81 to about 95,
Oh, really?
and now I can hardly eat Mexican food anywhere else.
Yeah,
I mean, I've found some decent places, but not like I found down there. I mean, it's
right. So where did you live in Texas?
San Antonio.
Oh, okay. Because my brother lives in Dallas, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, because he worked for the airlines. Um, and that's my twin. So he retired a year ago and he still lives down there. But he flies here a lot. So yeah, anyway.
Living in
But
San Antonio, I worked for a automotive supply place, so lots of driving. So, I've
yeah,
been through Dallas, been through Houston,
right.
um, been out into the barren wastelands of West Texas.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how big that state is. It's
Yes, it is.
When I
Yeah.
moved there, I drove from Southern Cal headed to San Antonio for a job. So I think we were on the road day and a half. We get
Oh,
to El Paso. Welcome to Texas. I'm going, thank goodness. There's
yeah.
another day and a half to get to San Antonio.
I know I know in Houston they calculate how far it is by how long it takes to drive there and stuff. And Houston is awful. I hate driving in Houston. It's so spread out.
And then I don't know if it was the working class people that I hung out with, but a lot of them in Texas also like to measure driving time in beers.
Oh, there you go.
How far is it? Oh, it's about 3 beers.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. So everybody, has their own little,
Yeah, that's right.
how far is a hoot and how far is a holler and
Yeah, yeah,
a ways.
right. Mumbai. That's my favorite still. When people ask me when, I said, in Hawaii we say Mumbai. And they say to me, and what does that mean? I said, Mumbai. Later on, when I get to it,
Yeah.
they
It's
said,
it's in
oh,
the pending folder right now.
yeah, that's right. under advisement. Yes. Yeah, they crack up when I throw. Sometimes my brain doesn't come with the right English word. And the only word I can come up with is from our vernacular. And then they stop and they look at me and they say, "What did you say?" Oh, yeah, wait, let me think of what the word could be.
or the universal substitute word, the kind.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yes, you never lose that. That's the thing. It comes in handy. So after they say, "Do you speak a foreign language?" And I said, "Well, sometimes English is foreign to me." And I've been in the States now forever, 50 years, and I still sometimes it eludes me as to what that English word is. So, but oh well,
Yeah.
that's who I am. And they just laugh and they said, "Oh man." So when I started here as the president, I came up with a slogan I wanted on all of my correspondence. And so they're now starting to learn how to say it. So, but it's printed there. So it's good. It's good. That many hands make the work lots easier. So that's my
Go.
encouragement to all of them. Many hands make it lighter, make it easier for all of us so that not one person is doing all of the work. And a lot of us, we can all take pride in what we do and what we present to the public. So it's good. I have a good life, no complaints. Um, and Hawaii is just a 5 hour ride away. So if I need to go home, I can hop on a plane and get there. And yeah,
Now, so to fly interstate, I guess,
yeah.
can you fly directly out of Salem or you got to go up to
No,
Portland
I go to
or
Portland and then we fly direct to Honolulu. Actually, we can fly direct to Kona. We can fly direct to Maui even. So Hawaiian flies into Portland. Now they join Alaska. So it just gives you a little more variety as to when you can go and stuff like that. So it's an easy flight home. Now they just need to get cheaper again. Instead of, $400, $500, $600 for one way. So,
yeah,
but it's good. Life is good. Like I said, I have a good life. I'm
that's
very
awesome.
blessed and have been blessed. And, a lot of it comes from the training we all received at Kamehameha. Thank goodness for the thoughtfulness and the generosity of the princess with her um, mana'o and her money and all of her um, wanting to improve the culture of her people. So,
That's why I hope they do well in this latest legal battle that they've got in
yes,
front of themselves.
yes, I do too.
I'm
You know,
I don't know law, but I just imagine in my head if I leave a bunch of money when I pass for this, nobody should be able to touch it.
right, exactly.
It was my money.
Right, right. Yeah. Oh, I agree too.
So
And, you know, somebody got to pay the bill, right? But it, I think we'll be okay. We've proven it in the past, and um, doesn't go far. So I think we'll be okay. It
yeah,
just, what it does personally is just it makes you feel the magnitude of the gift and how blessed we are to have been accepted into the school and to be one of the lucky ones, right? I get it that it can't have all of the Hawaiian race there, but it has others, and it it gives me the pride to give back to what I do wherever it is, to make it a good statement that I had a great education and the whole bit. So, I think that's the thing, and most graduates have that same feeling that the princess was truly a great person in my eyes. I got a scholarship to go to college, and without that money, we couldn't have made it. Um, so I am very thankful for all that I have received in order to uh, advance myself personally and academically and life-wise. So yeah, uh,
Yeah,
I
with a tiny bit of regret, I look back and think how I could have been motivated somehow to go after and grasp more
right.
from my time at Kamehameha, but I was
I
young,
think
I
we're
was
all that way though.
stupid, you know.
Yeah,
That's too much work. I don't like do that one, you know.
exactly. We had it easy going to Kamehameha, and the whole bit. And I think a lot of us get to this point in our life that we truly see what a blessing it was, and wish that we had taken more advantage of it. Um, I think that's just life, right? You, you always look back and say, oh, I could have done that a little differently. I could have done this, I could have done that, but
Yeah,
it is what it is. And you just move on and try to make better choices, right? So,
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
yep, exactly. Exactly. So now you just do what you can and you make it better in however you can, and help those around you who need the help, um, and take care of your families. So, that's what it all comes down to. And
Yeah,
so anyway, but
good.
yeah, it's good. It's good.
Well, I'm glad we got good news out of all of that, and it's nice
Yeah.
to see you happy where you're at.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
So
It's good
cross
to
my
chat.
fingers and pray that we get to meet face to face shortly while we're still both
Yeah.
here.
Yes. Yes. That would be nice. So,
And
you know, yeah. Well, I don't know how much longer I'll do this. I mean, I've been on this board for 15 years now and been the president for 8 years. And, you know, all good things come to an end.
and it'd be nice to take a little breather and holo
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more than you already have. So
Right. Right.
have you ever
Well,
been anywhere overseas?
oh yeah, we've been to Europe.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, my husband's company, when he made 25 years there, because he retired at 40 years with the company he was with, at 25 years, they gave him an all expense paid trip to wherever we wanted to go.
Wow.
Yeah. So we went to Europe, spent 2 weeks there, and did about 14 countries and just had a grand old time. So, yeah. And we went at
Wow.
Christmas, so we saw, you know, Vienna all lit up. We saw Stockholm all lit up. We saw Berlin. We saw Munich. We saw all of that lit up with
Well, in two
lights.
weeks, that's a lot of hustling and moving.
Yeah, yep, it was. So it was fun. Oh my gosh, it was fun. And
Hang
so
on tight, Europe, here we come.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, so we've been um we're looking at some other trips that Paul has always wanted to take, and so maybe in the next year or two we'll take that trip. So
Well, the class has been casually talking about it, but I'm going to do it come heck or high water with or without the class. We want to do I think it's like a 13 or 14-day cruise in Japan.
I saw that. Wasn't Charles um planning that one? Kyoho?
Yeah. So like I say, if it comes together, great. If not, I'm
Yeah.
going regardless. So
Oh, good. So do
you
you
let me
travel a lot, Kermit?
no.
No?
Uh-uh. Not for a very long time. I
Yeah.
was fortunate in my youth. I've
Uh-huh.
been to Australia,
Oh, there you go.
Fiji. I'd like to. I've never been to Japan, but a lot of our classmates
Yeah.
have, and they talk about how wonderful it is. So,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm just fascinated by their use of technology. Where they put the hand washing sink on top of the toilet tank, so after you wash your hands, that water goes down, and you can flush the toilet with it.
Right.
I'm going, God, if
Yeah.
America were only that smart,
That is smart.
we would
Huh.
get rid of a lot of our problems. So,
There you go.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
That's right. I can't remember all the details. When it was planning for next year, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, August. I think they're looking
Oh,
at.
yeah.
No, I'm sorry, not August. October. October. October.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take a look. See, my husband won't go back on a cruise. He said I was already on the boat when he was in the Navy.
He 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 filled up, right? Doesn't need
Right,
anymore.
right. He said, I'm good. I don't need to go on another boat. So anyway, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
thanks for taking time to hang out with
You
me.
bet. Thank you for asking to do this. Yeah, I'm pretty honored. All right. You have a great day, Corinne.
Take care.
Okay. Aloha.
Aloha.